Krishna, Krishna, microphone. Oh, sorry. We don't know much. Few more time, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramhans Parivrajagacharya Ashtutara Shatasi Sima Sila Bhai Charnavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Gudi Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Srila Rupa Goswami Pada Ki Jai Sri Upadesamrita Ki Jai Samveda Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Oh, I don't have to share. Automatically it goes up.
Yeah, whatever you are seeing, screen will show.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति पदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीकृष्णपरिश्रमश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं नमामितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्तांश्च हे नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरदस्ये नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत नमस्ते भक्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी केशवानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम
তুমি কখনো আমাকে তাড়া করো
Nice.
না আছে
Agora de música. João. Gostai.
There is a setting where when they join, they automatically mute it.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Maybe you can set it up.
yeah, afterwards. Now what is happening? I think they join, it is unmute.
Okay, you have it?
Yeah.
You can begin.
वाचो वेगं मनसा
Jana sangasya sarve bhakti tat karma pravartana So dear devotees, thank you for joining, participating in this beautiful review of so far what we have done. So I'm going to go very quick to cover it. And if you have a question, you can address it beyond. I also made a PPT, so I just don't know whether we should show the PPT and then talk, or just talk about it and then give you the PPT.
Let's give PPT. If you could give PPT first, we can follow in that.
We made one PPT and we made 3. Is that visible? Yes? Okay. So as you know, that to reference the importance of UPADESAMRTA, why in ISKCON Srila Prabhupada established. Of course, I don't know details, but we find a reference in Chaitanya Bhagavat that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri, and when he went to Jagannath Puri, one day he saw the beautiful blue ocean, and then he was so overwhelmed with Krishna's remembrance that he drowned into ecstasy. And when he came out after some time, Rupa Goswami Pad with other devotees were there, where he revealed that you can have a beautiful vision of Sri Krishna if you follow this way. So this is how Rupa Goswami Pad got this 11 sloka he composed. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur 1932 in Parikrama in Vrindavan, in Radhakund, he actually whole month he emphasized the importance of nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction. Because he gave a logic, very simple logic, that if you keep on watering, you don't need to just looking for the fruits. Am I getting the result? Keep on watering, and watering is this nectar of instruction. And then in due course of time, fruits will appear. You don't need to command the tree to give you the fruit, but you have to keep on watering and nurturing. So this is beautiful. And then we also talked about the Rupa Goswami Pad, who he is, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how a beautiful narration other day I explained that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one day in front of Jagannath Ratha Jatra, he composed a beautiful verse about beautiful dialogue between lover and beloved, between Radharani and Krishna. But nobody is supposed to know, except was surprised that Rupa Goswami Pad knew the mood, and he answered and he wrote a beautiful poem on Mahaprabhu's wonderful lamentation in front of Ratha Jatra, Jagannath Dev. Of course, Mahaprabhu did not see Jagannath, he saw Krishna, Brajanananda. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed the world by asking question to Damodar, how is that Rupa Goswami knows my heart? Nobody is supposed to know. Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then Swarup Damodar says, oh, that means now it's revealed that you have bestowed your blessing to him. Otherwise, you would not know. So then Mahaprabhu told every devotee to give blessing to Rupa Goswami Pad, because each devotee has a particular melody, Rasa. And all combined together, Rupa Goswami Pad became the object of Mahaprabhu's inner motive, why he came and what is the purpose and how he is going to distribute, and Rupa Goswami Pad wrote it down. So this is the most important book in our Sadhana Bhakti. In Srila Prabhupada's Nectar of Instruction, we see that some of the commentaries are Prabhupada bring reference from his Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, also from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Prabhupada's personal commentary, his wonderful realization he gave. So, 3 commentary in one. And the theme, I would say, the key theme in the Nectar of Instruction is that as we progress, we will discover all these little tag I gave, that what you need in order to progress. I'll share this PPT, you can learn more about it. These are the some topics that in a one shot you can see, like text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 11, what are you going to get? But I'm going to, because of the time, I'm going to go just very details. 1 to 7, you're going to get PPT. 1 to 7, Vaidhi Sadhan Bhakti. So I purposely put 1, 2, 3 this because otherwise maybe my eyes. I say, okay, number 1. Text number 1, what did we get? So if you remember, in the text number 1, what did we get? I'm just not going to go details, but I'm just going to discuss just a few key points. One was the Srila Prabhupada's commentary on controlling the 6 urges. Rupa Goswami gave the 6 urges, but Prabhupada gave a breakdown. So first one was Vacho Vega, Manaso, Krodha Vega, the 3 things on top. You can think, imagine. And then tongue, belly, and genital. So Vacho Vega, in a very quick, why it is danger? Because it will degrade. It will take us to materialistic karmi life or impersonalist. So therefore, we have to watch what we speak. We really have to, like reflective listening will be best thing. You can hear what you just said. Did I say that? Okay. Like this, so it's good. And if we pay attention, if we control, then what will happen? We'll become Dhira Bhakta, very fixed in devotional path. And Prabhupada said this is actually the sign of Maunam, Krishna Katha, only Krishna Katha, no other Katha. Then second is Monovega. Monovega, now on this speaking and the mind, you cannot control speaking. It's a bogus idea. If somebody think they will be like silence forever, no. The soul actually in this body would like to speak. So we are not here to control it, but controlling what is speaking, what to speak, that's all. Speaking urges are not controlled. The subject has to be changed. With the mind is always going to demand. And if we do not control, it will degrade. How? Uncontrolled artificially attempts to control it. How are you going to do it? You have to do negation. So, and if you do that negation, you will elevate your consciousness. How? By fixing mind on Krishna's lotus feet, think of him, and how to serve him. These 3 things are in Prabhupada's purport. Then third was Krodha Vega. I'm just giving a little brief on each one. Krodha Vega, Krodha means anger. What is the danger on it? Uncontrolled anger, artificially attempt to control, and actually it will create conflict amongst the devotee, conflict even in your own following sadhana. It's so dangerous. So how do you elevate? When used against those who blaspheme Krishna or ISKCON, or I mean practical sense, or any pure devotee, if somebody blasphemes, you can show the anger, or you can have that anger. You cannot disappear anger from your heart. Anger is also emotion is there, but you can divert it or direct it. And good example, Prabhupada gave in that purport, if you remember, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was exhibiting anger when Nityananda Prabhu got hurt by Jagai Madai. I mean Madai actually, it's not Jagai Madai, but we say Jagai Madai. Then third, urges was the tongue. Tongue, it literally demands all kinds of food, any palatable dishes here, there. How do you elevate it? Be fixed on Krishna Prasadam only. And particular time, not overeating. Then Udara Vega, urges of the belly, if we stick to the principle of that only taking prasadam, I mean, this is just my opinion, Prabhupada didn't say, that actually entire body cell changes after 6 years. And you become prasadatarian body. And Upastha Vega, this is very dangerous. Generally, tendency is for illicit sex, Prabhupada mentioned. And if we control it, how do you control? Only to beget children. Otherwise, do not even meditate or focus on it. When one is fully practiced, Prabhupada writes, in the method of Krishna conscious control, he can become qualified to become a bona fide spiritual master. Now, I'm going to share you something. I didn't put it in the slide. That Prabhupada writes here in New York, 1969, April 10th. Prabhupada says, I'm just going to read it. By this Krishna conscious process, continuous chanting, you will make your body spiritualized. At that time, wherever you go, wherever you touch, I mean, whatever you touch, I guess, but Prabhupada said it. So he will be spiritualized. Similarly, iron, without being spiritualized, without being red hot, if you touch it, it will not act. So every one of us, now Prabhupada is personally saying this, every one of us in our movement who have come to this Krishna consciousness movement is expected to preach in the future and become a spiritual master also in the future. This is Prabhupada's blessing. Each of us need to become a Goswami and become a Guru also. So this first verse is talk about how to become a good Goswami and spiritual master. So this is very important. And these are the details given. Okay, I'm just going to follow this. Okay, text 2 together. Oh no, we already did that. Text 2, we remember the 6, yes. I'll post this Prabhupada's letter. You draw your understanding. I can only say what I understand. I don't know what Prabhupada meant. Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Prabhupada says exact what Prabhupada said. Where is that? Every one of us, those who have come to this Krishna consciousness movement, those who are coming is expected to preach in the future and to become a spiritual master also in the future. But first of all, you must spiritualize yourself, otherwise it is useless. And there is a few more paragraphs, not exactly this, but to motivate how to do it. Is there an answer? You can figure it out yourself what Prabhupada meant. Or you can ask him, he's right here. He's sitting there, you can ask him, he will reveal to you. Okay, text 2, we talked about Krishna, Krishna. 6, wonderful components given, how you can control, when you control the urges, you also have to pay attention of what is unfavorable. 6 other components can actually pull you down or take you away from bhakti. It's very simple, like a guard. You have to guard them, you can say, right? You have to guard them. What are those? Attahara. Excessive desire for material prosperity. Work for karmis to write volumes of book. Well, generally, most of the devotees don't do that, I think. But if you do it, you have to adjust it. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says it also includes too much endeavor to acquire knowledge on the part of mental speculator. That doesn't mean we don't read Bhagavatam or Chaitanya, just too many books. No, not that mean. You have to guide this. What he meant, like going on, like one devotee is doing Rig Veda, researching on the Rig Veda. I don't know why. Nana Shastra Vichara Naiko Nikuna Dharma Samstapaka. The 6 Goswami already did this. Nana Shastra Vichara. But what they do, we must do. Not that we have to do our research. So this is called Attahara. And then Attahara also given very details. Maybe it's not readable. Is it readable? You want to read? Go for it.
Example, analogies.
Yeah.
Analogies. Seeing a bag of rice for the sake of a few grains of human being stick a whole bag. Businessman reborn as a cobbler. and sing $100 on the road.
Everybody remembers $100 on the road? Can somebody tell me what it was? Yes. It's on.
Yeah, $100 is compared to the material resources given by the Lord.
Yeah.
How you utilize it, the first person who is Bogi, you will take it in fully putting percent. The other one comes and does not touch it, is tyagi, he is not taking it. And the third one is the one who goes and finds out the owner of that money and returns it. So in this analogy, the first one is Bogi, the other one is tyagi, and third one is Seva.
Very good.
So that is that.
Good, good. Okay, you can finish. Quick.
Examples of Adhikaris, Muktikaris, interested in material happiness, Muktikaris, desiring in personal liberation, and Siddhikaris, desiring mystic yoga perfection.
Good. And then Prayasa. Would you like to read? Quick. Prayasa, endeavor. What is that?
Prayasa, unnecessary endeavor, caused by atihara, misuse of intelligence to possess unnecessary amenities like slaughterhouses, brothels, and tops.
Solution?
The real purpose of life is to endeavor prayasa, to inquire about the absolute truth. Without that, we simply endeavor to satisfy artificial needs.
Good. Good. And then Prajalpa, you all know what is Prajalpa. Reading Krishna book or reading spiritual book or talking about Krishna is necessary. Anything else is Prajalpa, period. Whatever is not necessary. Now, for a householder, how to make money is not a Prajalpa. For a sannyasi, how to make money, yes, it's a Prajalpa. There is also, what do you say, practical application of that. Okay, good. Jana Sangha, bad association. If you go to work outside and you're working there, you're giving association, you're not taking association. You have to be alert. You don't contemplate what their lifestyle is. No, you give your lifestyle to them. Act such a way that they will be attracted to bhakti. This is called Jana Sangha. Otherwise, you will get contaminated if you listen and their whole problem. So that means you have to have a good life in your house, wherever you are. Good sadhana, good life, peaceful life, happy life. Then you can give others. If you are not happy, you will, oh, this person always happy. I'm not happy, I'm bhakta, but he's not. Then you will have a completely opposite. This is practical. Otherwise, we learn this, but then we didn't get it. Does that make sense? Okay. Solution is good association. One should live in the association of Krishna consciousness. If you don't have a good association, create it, please, Prabhus and mothers. One devotee asked me the other day, I live so far from the Alachua. It's like 1 hour. I said, but you have a wife and husband? Wife and 2 children. Say yes. I said, they are devotees. Where do you have to go? Oh, what do you mean? I said, well, read 11.3.30. It says, Paraspara Manukata Bhavanam Bhagavad Jata. You treat your wife and children as a devotee. Don't treat them like I know better than them. That's not proper. You have to respect them, every member in the family, like a devotee. So how do you create that atmosphere in a very short? Like you read a paragraph, you say, can you explain me what is that means? What did you understand? Here, what is their realization? You read the Prabhupada's purport, 1 paragraph. Here, you'll be surprised. I mentioned that, like I was talking to my son, I said, I don't feel like to travel. I like Zoom classes, like it's better, I don't have to go. He said, why? I said, I'm getting old. I said, don't talk like this. Prabhupada started the movement 70 years. Well, how old are you? You're not even near 70. So why are you even thinking? This is inspiration to me, a big inspiration. Even yesterday I was having talk. Every time you create that atmosphere, give them credit. They are devotee. They are devotee. Just maybe they are not given an opportunity to actually come on the devotional level, because we have some controlling system, which is not necessarily good. But in devotional path, we should respect. So good association, engage in service of the Lord, establish ISKCON to give people an opportunity. with those who have not forgotten Krishna. Okay, Niyamagraha, we already understood this. Too much following or not following, both are bad. Properly, according to your situation. Prabhupada in his family life, he was chanting 4 rounds, 4 rounds. After he came back from work, 4 rounds. Now, if you say you didn't finish 6 rounds, you're going to work, you are in Maya or something. It's very dangerous. You have to be very careful. Prabhupada had a very balanced life. We have to have a balanced life. Like we have to take care of everything. Okay. I mean, this is a shorter version, but you can read those. And Laulam, desire to expand the mind by perfecting mystic yoga. Laulam means we have to develop a greed for devotee association, develop a greed to chant more, hear Harikatha. When you do this, automatically the material greed disappears. Now, if you need to, this temple needs a new AC. If you don't have AC, now if you think, how do I make the money? I need to make money. That's not a bad. That's actually seva. This is actually considered pure bhakti because deity, Bhagavan needs a cooling. And also devotee needs. So when you think like making the money to buy the air condition, that is also bhakti. It's not anything wrong. So greed has to be concluded. So what is the conclusion? By avoiding these 6 elements, false, all enmity will cease between man and animals, capitalists and communists. All economic or political problem of maladjustment and instability will be solved. One can cultivate such pure consciousness by proper spiritual education and practice offered scientifically by the Krishna consciousness movement. I made another note. When human society gives up these elements, false. Actually, Prabhupada said that. It's in page 26 in the book. This sentence was very striking to me. All enmity will cease between man and animal. Then the rest is same as this. Okay, next 3. We're doing very well. Is everybody okay? Is that a good way to give us some overview? Text 3. What was the text 3? Utsaha, Recha, Tat Karma, Pravartana, Sangate Go Sato Vritte, Vir Bhakti Prashiddhati. Okay. So in that slide, Prabhupada actually said what is bhakti, some or other, very, very beautiful. We have to pay attention. Sometimes we read certain things, we may not pay attention. So what is bhakti? Unalloyed devotional service unto Krishna. And I did discuss details. I didn't have to do it, but I just did not. The intention and action both has to be together. I love Prabhupada, but I don't do anything. That is not actually pure love. This is mixed love. I have to act what he wants me to act. Also, my intention that I love him also has to be there, favorable way. Then it is pure love of Prabhupada. And what is not bhakti? Sentimental speculation. Purnachandra Prabhu did not say to me, Hari Bol, I went to temple, I don't feel like coming. That's called sentimental. Did you come temple to have him say Hari Bol? Because it happened in Alachar. One devotee complained that temple president didn't smile at me. I said, did you go to temple to get the smile? I mean, I can take a photo or video and send it to you, but if you go for that. Or you went there for, why you go to temple? 5 things you do. Anyway, I don't want to go on. But first thing is darshan of the deity. Association of the devotees. Hearing about Krishna. Chanting Krishna's name. Krishna Prasad. You can get those without president being there or not there. Prabhupada said this is the purpose of it. I said, then she understood. Yeah. I said, you should come, please. You are senior to me, you should come. So like this, if you see somebody get upset with the management, you have to help them too. Some other you have to, of course, you have to convince yourself that this is proper. Then next is how to perform this 9 process. Everybody is familiar, no? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Shirkamarnam, Vedanam. And but you do perform how? Even when you come to temple, Prabhupada has a representative. They're called president or GBC or zonal supervisor. Some authority is there, temple commander. Ask them, can I do some service for you? It will be good. Just ask yourself unless they ask you. But if they ask you, also be willing to serve. This is how you serve. It's very nice. Guru doesn't mean only my guru gave, but you go to a temple and you don't serve because my guru is not there. That's not what it meant. Means under guidance of Prabhupada's follower. Okay. Who can perform? Anyone who is sincere. Glories of Bhakti, ultimate path. If you follow this process, so you have 4 things here. Ultimate path, no fall down, no loss in bhakti, and success guarantee. This is beautiful. If you do this step by step, you will experience the happiness that you are sacrificing your life pleasing Krishna. Bhakti is so pure, perfect that once one has begun it, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. And glories of bhakti, it resume again. Although a fallen devotee may be born again in a low family, his bhakti will resume from wherever it left off. In other words, even a devotee leave or go away or pass away, bhakti is not lost. I'm sure you all remember we read that. And also we talked about causeless and causeless. Bhakti is the effect of any mundane cause, nor can it be terminated or permanently curtailed by any material. So this is a very little technical. I didn't talk about, I think, 15-20 minutes. Even you commit offense, it doesn't mean that Guru's mercy and that your endeavor is lost. The path will be destructive. You will go away from bhakti for some time. But mercy of the sadhus and Guru, they are not gone. Is that clear? Because sometimes we think that if commit offense means it's fully destroyed. But that's not what it meant. It's a misunderstanding. Means that person, just like Indradumna Maharaj. Indradumna Maharaj was a great devotee. But Agastya Rishi came to give him association. So his bhakti is not lost. As a Gajendra, same Indradumna Maharaj, when he became Gajendra, what happened? In a intense relief from the material suffering, his memory, all his memory of the slokas, prayers, all came back. Is it lost due to the offense? No, it's not lost. But of course, I'm not saying commit offense ever. Don't commit offense. But we have to understand that nothing is lost. So more we can give to anybody in this world, it is the eternal credit. And another example of Prabhupada says, when devotee asks, some people are saying in Golden Gate Park, Rath Jatra, that what kind of form of God is that? Looks like not complete. So Prabhupada, they're like kind of criticizing God. How is that benefiting? And Prabhupada gave so wonderful answer. He says, did they come on their own? Say yes. And they saw the Lord? Yes, they got prasadam. Their bhakti already started. But they criticize the God's form, so they will take little detour. Jai Sisi Govindai. So what did Prabhupada say? They will take a little detour. Means in this life or next life, immediately they may not start where they left. But their bhakti has begun. Isn't it so sweet? Like a practical example. Okay. What are the 6 favorable activities? Utsaha means? Enthusiasm. But I don't feel enthusiastic. What should I do? Yeah, but something Prabhupada says very striking. I like that. He said, just become enthusiastic. Now, seriously, we should just do that every day. Can we do that? Please? Yes. There is no cause or depression or somebody says something or I didn't have prashadam or something. No, nothing can stop us to be enthusiastic because Prabhupada said like that. He said, just become enthusiastic. And you are right also. Devotees association is supposed to inspire. That's good. But we cannot control that. But we can control ourselves. Be enthusiastic. I'm going to chant. Yeah, I'm not feeling well. Still, I want to chant. This is important. Okay, Nishchaya, confident. In devotional service, surrender means confidence in Krishna's protection. So you have to develop this. This is internal. You have to develop. Krishna will protect me. Prabhupada will protect me. He will guide me. This nobody will see from outside, but you have to develop that. Complete confidence in devotional service will enable one to attain the desired goal. This is very important. Third is dharja, patience. Now, what happens if you have the enthusiasm without patience? Don't become control freak, because this will become. So you have to remember this verse. I have to be patient with enthusiasm. Let's go, Harinam. And you went our book distribution, you're fired up. But make sure, if nobody buys, you don't have a right to be angry or impatient. No, you should be always patient. Giriraj Maharaj was a good example. Okay, I'll try to squeeze you guys. Giriraj Maharaj was not feeling well. Prabhupada said, what's the matter? He said, I went to this man 3 times, and every time he has an excuse. I see him inside through the window, and his chokidar means peon, what do you call it? Guard. Babu is busy. Babu is not here. Like I see his car is I know he's there, but somehow the Prabhupada said, but you have no right to become depressed on it. Krishna is dealing with him. Maybe he has to go through some suffering. You do your best, but always remain patient and enthusiastic. I like that. It's a very practical. Giriraj Maharaj shared that. So we have to become like this. Does that make sense? Okay. Tat karma pravartana. To enthusiastically, faithfully, and strictly follow the regulative principle of Vaidhi Bhakti. Prohibition, what is not good, the 4 regulative principle, and what you need to do. We should follow this 16 round minimum and follow 4 regulative principle. That's what it meant, ultimately. Number 5 was Sangatega. What is Sangatega? Anybody is not reminding of Krishna or reminding of service. We don't like that includes like criticism, because criticizing will take us away. You remember Prajalpo was one of the 6 bad will take us. So Sangha Tega means like this. Satavritti means we are following Rupa Goswami path. This is Satavritti, following the previous acharyas. We are following Prabhupada. That's all it boils down to. And you can read those details. I gave more. So what is the conclusion? If one strictly follow the advice given in this verse by Rupa Goswami, one is sure to advance in devotional service. This is very nice, isn't it? You have a guarantee. We should feel like clapping. Yeah. Sure. That we have a guarantee. Okay, text 4. Text 4. Because in the text 4, Prabhupada said in the 3, end of the purport, if you remember. So here he says, in the previous verse, Srila Rupa Goswami advised that one should renounce worldly association and keep company with the devotees. In this text, he explained how to perform devotional service activities in the association of other devotees. A description of the 6 loving exchange between devotees that nourishes one bhakti is given in this verse. So what is the verse? Tadadipati ginnati guya makkhati dichati bhunte bhujayati chaiva saravidham titi lakshana. Look, we are already doing this. You just have to be aligned with it. That's all. People do, even Cormis are doing. They are giving, sharing gifts. I mean, I went to somebody's house of Christmas next day. the tree was filled with all the gifts. I mean the bottom. So they do this, it's not something new. We do this, but we have to pay attention what it's meant and what it will produce. So dadati means you give charity. So before you leave, put some money in the hoodie box. Give some charity. It is good thing. We have one few devotees in Alachua, I'm sure few probably remember. Every time those devotees come, they bring something, some fruits or something for the deity. So attractive, so attractive. Actually, Rupa Goswami says this in the Nectar of Devotion. So it's good having, or at least bring yourself, my Lord, I'm here to serve you. Just say like this to the deity. We don't just stand like a statue. My Lord, I'm here to serve you. So you brought yourself to the Lord. This is a gift also. And then also, thank you, my Lord, for granting your vision, granting yourself this vision that I have. You just reciprocate. You start talking, one day you will start talking. But start today. So this is beautiful. And also Dadati Pratiginnati, Rupa Goswami Pa's explanation everybody knows. And we discussed that. Anybody remembers that? Now for example, Purnachandra Prabhu. Did he give his 100%, his family whole day night here? So he has to give 50% or he already gave 50%, more than 50%. So like this, but if you live outside, make sure it is utilized. Now if your family, they're all devotee, then use that money for that. It's not necessarily like, oh my God, I'm not going to give you 50%. That's not what it meant. It meant it's for Krishna consciousness. It meant for Krishna consciousness. You can give for book distribution, book publishing, so many reasons you can. Festival, they make announcement. 25%, who remembers? You don't remember, then how? If you don't remember, then how are you going to apply?
For your relatives.
Yeah, like children need something, your parents need something, you give them. Well, we're not supposed to. Who said this? You miss the sloka then. Really, Prabhupada said this very nicely. And 25, but now if you're a brahmachari, you given whole life here. And if you need something like dependence, your parents, talk to your Shiksha Guru and someone can arrange that. This also done. It's very accommodating. Okay, good. Guyamakati Prichati. Guyamakati doesn't mean criticism or some bad things. Guyamakati means your realization, you want to advance or something disturbing you, or you find some attraction for opposite sex or attraction for making money or attraction for that, which is like disturbing you, then you go to a mentor. Go to a mentor. It is always good idea. Every devotee should have a mentor. I mean literally. Like one Prabhupada. Okay, where's the time? We are on the text for. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But you can do that. I mean, I do this practically. Okay, I'm going to say it in 1 minute, very quick. There's one devotee, he's also Prabhupada disabled, but went outside and criticized. ISKCON, this, that. He passed away, then his wife called me. So I called Srimad Radhanath Maharaj. How to deal with it, Maharaj? I know him, I know their family, but he always criticized. He passed away. Maharaj gave a very beautiful explanation. He says, everyone has a relationship with Krishna. Krishna is dealing with them. You go there as a ISKCON representative and you do your best because Prabhupada also brought him to Krishna consciousness. He was born in the West. So you do your best, and Maharaj says, be always neutral and you don't have to be fanatic. And it was very nice, simple way. And I went there and it was very joyful actually. And they appreciated it. Now, couldn't I figure it out? Maybe, but I felt like to call him, and for emergency I only called, so he answered my phone because I have his private number. So like that, you have to have a mentor. You have to have a mentor. Somebody, get a mentorship. It's always healthy, very healthy. So this is called Goyamakati picture. How do you communicate with the devotees? and reveal your secret to other person and hear their secret. Now, Bhunte and Gujarati, I'm sure you all are expert how to serve prasadam. Purnachandra Prabhu, we are not hungry. We had full meal, but still asking, would you like some rice yesterday? So okay, he went away because of some service and he comes back. He didn't ask for rice. He said, what about sabji and dal? I'm thinking like, wow, he's thinking about before he's asking. Because he could have asked the same thing, but no, he asked actually different item. I hope you remember it. And he was very specific. What about the juice? Like nothing is missing. This is good. Just that he is asking that he cares for our prasadam. It gives a different view or respect towards him that I must do that to him also. It's very inspiring. It's very nice. So like this simple example we can use. Service idea is very good. Believe me, serving idea is very good. Service. Okay. So supporting, okay, I'm going to go to the number 5. What is the conclusion of number 4? Can you read? Just help me also.
Chance to associate with devotees because simply by in the 6th way, an ordinary man can fully revive his dormant Krishna consciousness.
This is a very powerful sentence. Isn't Prabhupada put? Can you read it one more time? Loudly. No, it has to be microphone or loud.
People must be given a chance to associate with devotees because simply by in the 6 ways, an ordinary man can fully revive his dormant Krishna consciousness.
Please remember this. This is Prabhupada's word to us. We should give that facility. Good. Thank you. Okay, text 5. In order to intelligently apply the 6-fold loving reciprocation mentioned in text 4, this is Prabhupada wrote. One must select proper person with careful discrimination. In other words, it is not the devotee. What kind of devotee? Because there is a gradation of devotee. Who you want to reveal your private life? What are you going through? Not anybody or everybody. Because you may become volatile, vulnerable to that person. And you do. When you reveal your secret, you become vulnerable. People may literally do something, but generally devotee never does that. I hope so. So, 3 types of devotee we discuss about on the lowest platform of devotional service is Kanishta Bhakta, and how we say that because they do not have a proper respect to other living entity and other devotees. They only have a strong faith on the deities. But when you start developing those and you have a 4 discriminating power, I hope you all remember that your love for Krishna, respect to senior, peers, junior, and compassion to the peers, and avoiding envious. When you develop this, you are Madhyamadikari. And then when you have a tremendous desire to share and you are already have the qualification of Madhyam, then you go to Uttam. It's very simple as this, in a simple way. Different types of Vaishnavas. Am I going too fast or I'm okay? And you will have the PPT, so you can go back. Different types of Vaishnava. Now this is can you read or you can share somebody? Loudly.
Pakritas are Hajiyas, chant the Hare Krishna but not purified. They are attached to women, money, and intoxication and may be respected within the mind, but the association should be avoided. Second, innocent.
Now, that doesn't mean they have a t-shirt or someone. You have to know what is their mentality. And don't disrespect, but just not necessarily reveal your private life or together. Is that clear? So you have to figure it out who is sorry here. Okay, next.
Innocent. Simply carried away by bad association and should be shown favor if they are eager to receive instruction from pure devotees.
Very good. What percentage are innocent in this world? Prabhupada says 95. Means majority. 95% people are innocent. They may be bad association, but you have to create to beat them. So majority is not a problem. 95%. Okay. Third,
Neophyte devotees, initiated by a guru and are carrying out the guru's order, should be accepted as Vaishnava and offer respectful obeisances. Next, one who encounters Krishna even once and is interested in chanting the holy name and by practice likes to chant should be accepted as a Vaishnava and offer respect at least within one mind.
okay, good. Then comes the Diksha. When he got properly initiated and following Guru's order, he is doing the Archana and many other duty. Then don't just pay respect in mind, really bow down physically and pay respect. That's good. Huh?
This feels difficult. I feel like we see the devotees all the time. But in
Then pay respect in the mind at
the
least.
mind, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you know somebody is doing a wonderful service, it's always good to pay respect. Then the flow from his realization will come to your heart for your own interest issue.
So like pay respect as we've done with hearts.
It depends. If you have a prasadam plate on your hand, don't pay obeisances with the prasadam. You may hit your head with the prasadam. It depends. If you have nothing on your hand, then pay a full dandava. What's hard?
Like, okay, if we're just passing by or something, then just
So in your mind, you can pay obeisances. I did mention the best thing to meditate on this. I do that also. Uttam hiya have need abhiman, jive sanman deve jani Krishna vista. After I matter, I am doing this. Okay. Because it says how to respect. It says you should see that soul who is carrying Krishna that you love in the heart of that soul, who also has a subtle body and physical body. So you bow down to that soul who is carrying Vasudeva. So you bow down actually to Krishna. You follow? But that vision you have to start developing. I'll post that verse. It's very beautiful, marvelous. Okay. Then conclusion, someone please. Conclusion, loudly.
In this verse,
Louder.
in this verse, Sri Rupa Goswami advises the devotee be intelligent enough to distinguish between Kanishta Adhikari, Majjhima Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. The devotee should also know his own position and should not try to imitate a devotee situated on a higher platform.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I think we are okay. So text 6, no question now, after. Is that okay? Because I have to finish 11, I have another meeting. So text 6, it tells the offensive materialistic mindset and behavior against a pure devotee. Offenses against a pure devotee due to bodily defects of the Vaishnavas. It is very offensive, serious and obstructive. And I'm sure you all are know. What is apparent misbehavior? Please neglect because of birth. If you think like, oh, he comes from a low-class family. Be very careful. You really are going to block your advancement just by thinking. Because this is real. I have tested. Some of the people, they think, oh, this is a Western devotee. What can they, how much they can? Very dangerous. If you would see Gajendra, probably you would not pay obeisances. But his prayers, Lord, came down. Can you imagine? An elephant? Would you pay obeisances? Hanumanji is a monkey form. Gorura is a bird form. So we have to be very careful. Vitasura is a demon form. Indra realized at the end, he could not even, it took 1 year to cut neck. Just imagine. And I was researching why it took 1 year. Because he's like surprised of all those verses. If you think of the verses, all those 7 verses, Krishna sent in your head. And you say, no, I don't want now. Sorry. Because I have time. And jealousy, materialistic vision, we discussed this, we read it. So reading is not enough, but also find it in relevant. And if you have a question that how to understand this relevant to my personal life, I'll help you. I'll be glad to help as much as I can. I'm also conditioned soul. So what's the conclusion, Prabhu? Can you read it loudly?
One can distinguish between neophyte and advanced Vaishnava by their activities. The advanced Vaishnava is always situated as a spiritual master and neophyte as his disciple.
Very good. Text 7. In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami Pada advised that if you want to be cured of the material disease, must be chanting the holy name of the Lord with great care and attention. So chanting with, thank you. These two things is very important, with great care and attention. Okay. Then our disease state, what did we discuss other day? Under Mahamaya. Your name is Duratma. Well, I didn't say that. They are saying. Means you took shelter of Mahamaya. You should take shelter of internal potency. Then you are Mahatma, not Duratma. So this is and how you act and what will be the result. This is what it's given here. Very simple. And so disease condition, taking the medicine, and you get cured. Chanting Hare Krishna and understanding. Now you can add that 3.3 in Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada says, philosophy without religion is mental speculation or dry argument, you can say. Prabhupada didn't say dry argument, but I'm adding it. Or you can say impersonalist idea to draw to. And religion without philosophy is sentimentalism, sahajiyasm. So we don't want to become either one. We have to do both. We'll chant and hear, chant and understand the philosophy, both side by side. This way you will progress. It's a very nice way. I didn't put it here, but Krishna reminded me. So our progression depends on our two things. What was that? Attention and care. So when you put attention and care in our bhakti, then you'll see gradual progression is given here. Shraddha, sadhusanga, bhajana kriya, anartani, priti, nishta. You know, at this time in my life, I can see I'm not going to give up chanting. Hey, congratulations, you are almost in nishta stage. Wow, now you can enter into Ragamar. Rag Bhakti will start. I don't know, I feel very pressure of chanting. You are far away from Ragumar. But don't say that because they will discourage them. So don't worry, keep on going. You are there almost. Don't say the word, Nista or something. But this map is good. But if this map puts you little down, maybe associate with the person who is inspired. But this is required though. Because we are driving. GPS is important, isn't it? Because we may miss the exit. We may go 10 miles far or 10 better before the turn. I know 2 hands, but I'll come back. Spontaneous. You'll be aware of it. But you have to build a bridge. I'll find that song I need it. Because some people challenge. No, we are practicing Ragamar. We don't need. I said, who is your authority? I'm just curious. You are yourself? Or you follow Narottam Das Thakur, Rupa Goswami? Who do you follow? Do you follow? Yes, I follow. Then they say, Bidi Marga Ratadane, Sadhinata Ratnadane, Ragamarge Korena Pradesh. You have to follow this rules regulation and build a bridge to go there. Even if you go there, you still follow rules regulation. Mahaprabhu is Supreme God. Why was he saying, Govinda, you saved me? Because there was a Gita Govinda singing going on. Chandana Charchita Meela Kalebara Pinta Vasana Vanamali. If you sing the whole Gita Govinda, Krishna will appear, it says. So I don't sing the whole thing because I'm no, it's just. But anyway, there's a whole beautiful pastimes on it. But point was that Govinda says, Prabhu, you are going through the thorn, but Mahaprabhu didn't pay attention. He doesn't care thorn. Thorn doesn't actually poke on him. It's a beautiful Satchidananda body. Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya looking at Mahaprabhu's body. Wow, the thorn is. Now I'm just going off like that. Thorn was, but it was not going through his skin. And Nityananda Prabhu said, Satchidananda body. Of course, he also had. But he doesn't see when thorn, he lie down on a thorn doesn't poke. You follow Satchidananda, the body will never poke. But my body will get poked because his body is material. So it's very, I don't know. What did I go there? What was it about? Govinda. Govinda was telling Mahaprabhu that girls is singing. Mahaprabhu immediately stopped. Now why Mahaprabhu did this? He's not in spontaneous, he's not in Ragamar. Jai Sisi Gaurnita Bhagwan Ki Jai. Was Mahaprabhu in Sannyas form Ragamar there? Yes. But then why did he stop? Rules, regulation you follow till your last breath. There's never a time that we don't follow rules, regulation. I challenge. Okay, somebody would read the conclusion, please. Loudly.
In order to get free from the material disease, one must take to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra.
That's all Prabhupada said. Number 8. We are doing really well. Number 8. In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami gives the essence of all advice. 2 bullet points I found. Engaging one's tongue and mind in constantly chanting and remembering the Lord. Now remembering, I am just giving you very quick. Srinata Sabdaya Nittam. You have to do it every day. Whatever, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, do it, and it will increase. But you have to do it every day. Nittam means every day. But you have to, what you heard, you meditate on it. And then, Srinata Sabdaya Nittam Grinantasya. You have to accept that view. What am I meditating? What is that I'm meditating? If you accept like this, Prabhupada writes, proportion to your conscious acceptance, it will give you the result. You will feel satisfaction within you. Second point, in this way, one should reside in Braja and serve the Lord under the guidance of devotee. You don't have to go to Vrindavan physically, because you can sit in Vrindavan and you think, what is happening in Dilan? So are you in Vrindavan? You can be in Dilan and think what is going on in Vrindavan, in Vrindavan. You follow? So it is not a physical location. It is another level of reality. Another level. You have to uplift the consciousness to come to that level. Okay. Why to train mind? This is beautiful. And if you know it, contain impression of many lives and combine to produce contradictory picture. I will not go detail. This is so beautiful. This is like itself 1 hour discussion. I put all this bullet point very nice. To become one's friend as untrained mind is one's enemy. Uncontrolled mind function can be dangerous. What we remember at death determines our next body. 4 things you must do at the moment of death. I'll discuss later. But this is how the controlling mind. How to train? You may say, oh, I don't know. Or these are the rules Prabhupada gave. You must do sadhana every day. And think always, Professor Mother, this is my personal request. Even you are liberated, when you get liberated, don't think you are liberated. Maya can trap you any moment. As long as you have a last breath, you always think, I am under Prabhupada's guidance. He will protect me. I'm not on my own. Never. It's a safer position from my own. I fall for it one time. So, progressive stage of remembrance. What are you supposed to do when progressive? You hear it, but hearing is not enough. You have to contemplate what you hearing. This is called Paramdasa. If you don't contemplate, it will not hold on to your consciousness. Holding means accepting. But without contemplation, there is no reflection. Is that clear, everybody? It didn't say English that way. I'm bringing from Prabhupada's word from that verse on 2nd Canto Bhagavatam. And then when you do this, then Smarandasa, there is a 5 level. And you will be very surprised at how happy you are spiritually. And this is, and when you come to that point, then your natural attraction will be there. Santaras, Dasharas, Sakaras, Basilaras, Madhujaras, and details are given there. Conclusion, someone please read loudly.
When one has developed a taste in chanting and remembering the Lord, he can reside in Braja and practiced under the direction and protection of an expert devotee. This is the sum and substance of all instruction regarding the cultivation of devotional service.
And this is my takeaway from this. The devotee went to Prabhupada and says, so which Brajavashi should we follow? Prabhupada said, I am here. Isn't it so merciful? So Prabhupada and others don't contemplate. It's good to remember Madhu Mongol and others, but remember Prabhupada, that will be enough. It's so nice. Okay, text 9 to 11 is Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. We did so good. Text 9. This verse tells gradation of holy places. Can you tell me what is the gradation? Yeah. Is above the land? Go ahead. The microphone.
Matsura or Vaikuntha, Matsura,
First, Vaikuntha is above what? Material world.
material world.
Yeah.
It's the material world. Above which is Matsura. Above that is Vrindavan. And the forest of Vrindavan is what it talks about. Above that is Govardhan Hill, and then Radhakund is the most secure.
And what is the, I gave a little clue other day, it's a simple word. What is the measuring stick or measurement standard?
X.
Yes, Rasham, ecstasy. So that's why those idea is given in Mathura. He was born, Govardhan he lived up like this. This is Rasham that he produced. Very nice. Thank you. Conclusion, can you read also?
Srila Rupa Goswami has given much stress to Radhakund because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to find it. Who then would give up Radhakund and try to reside elsewhere?
Who remembers that why we are not focusing on leaving Radhakund? Because Prabhupada, before he leaves this world, where did he want it to go? Radhakund or somewhere else? Govardhan. Very good. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, what did he say? I want to stay where? Govardhan. And serve Radhakund. Because we are servant. This mood is very good. Okay, thank you. Text 10. This verse describes the progressive hierarchy of person dear to Krishna and Radha. Kund is the place of topmost residence for all devotees. A progressive hierarchy. Okay. Amongst the karmis, amongst the common human, those who following the religious path, karmakandis are better. Among the karmakandis who actually came to a point like, I want to get out of it, this is not my place, and they endeavor, do austerity, and they restrain from the sense enjoyment, they are called gyanis, are better. And amongst the, above the gyanis, those who are mukshu, that actually they are endeavoring for liberation, and amongst who got liberated, those who are endeavoring, Bhaunam Gyanaman Ante, Bhaunam Janmanam Ante, Gyanaman Mam Prabhatate Vasudeva Sabhokiti Samata Sudulu. I'm trying to squeeze that sloka also, it's not possible. I get defeated every day. So then, among those Gyanavan, those who are very advanced, understood that actually it is Krishna who I should surrender, are the highest. And among them are the Brajavashis. And among the Brajavashis are the Gopis. Among the Gopis, who? Radharani. You got it, the essence of chapter, text 10. Okay, conclusion. Who is reading? Go ahead.
Everyone interested in Krishna consciousness should ultimately take shelter of Radhakund and execute devotional service there throughout one's life.
Very good. Text 11. It tells the glories of Sri Radhakund. Why Radhakund is so exalted? Because Radharani is Kund. And Krishna goes there and learn how to dance. Krishna learned. There's a beautiful bird. I'm going up. Now, this is actually Radhakunda has a very beautiful path. So Radhakunda is very glorious. Good. Importance of bathing in Radhakund, you will get. Oh, got it. Okay. But not physically. Even Narad Muni is not capable. So what to talk about us? So we have to understand who is bathing. My body or who is bathing. You have to be very careful. But nonetheless, we should take advantage if we have access. We can take. Or we have to also. Importance as for our acharyas. So benefit of serving Radha Kund, one can attain opportunity to become assistant of Srimati Radharani under the eternal guidance of the gopis. According to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I'll read this, the last part. To take bath in Radha Kund is rare privilege. Even Narada and Sanatana don't get. Wow. One should bathe regularly, giving up all material conception, taking shelter of Sri Radha and her assistant gopis. The result is one will return home to serve Sri Radha in the same mood. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, most select place is Radha Kund for advancing in devotional service in wake of Sakis and Manjaris. For those eager to return to transcendental kingdom by means of attaining their Siddha Deha. For those engaged in devotional service under Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Conclusion, the final. Who is going to give the final? Okay, the Vice President of the temple. Go for it, mother.
President.
Or President of the temple, I'm sorry. You are the President. No, she is President, he is Vice.
Oh.
To live on the bank of Radha Kund and the bathe there daily constitute the highest perfection of devotional service. There is no limit to the glories of Sri Radha Kund.
Haribol. God Bhimande, Haribol, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Microphone.
I was just saying, what about for those of us that are in the land? How do we do this?
By mental.
Oh.
We are going to Radha Kund. Even if you are there, consciously you are not there, you're not bathing, you're just benefiting some material benefit. Actually, some benefit, you will be surprised. If you come to do puja to Govardhan or bathe in Radha Kund, you will get your daughter married, son get a job. But what is just to inspire them to come is not actually, those results will come, but those are not written for the devotees. This is just to inspire. That's why you see majority people, when I was bathing on the Bholastami, majority people was not devoted. Majority people are like, my God, they're coming from Jaipur, from here, there are thousands and thousands and thousands, because their enemy will die, their friendship will go, their business will grow, their loss will be covered, it's like a recovered, it's like so many reasons they come, but at least they come to Vrindavan. So their bhakti begins. So from that end, is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, thank you. This was very nice that you reviewed everything with key points, which is very, very helpful. Plus, you gave, good that what is the starting with key content plus conclusion. And that also you took it from Srila Prabhupada's purpose. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for inspiring. Believe or not, actually he inspired me for this. So I thank him for that. Please give him thanks. Purnachandra Prabhu ki jai. So for the nectar of devotion, we are going to follow the strategy. He gave me actually a clue. Stick to it. And then further discussion, if we have a particular issue, we can discuss after the class. But we follow this path. Is that good? So now you all have to forgive me. Bhakti Prabhu Maharaj, actually other Maharajas, they are on the another meeting. I have to join. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha Kalpataru Vishnu Vasa, Nirvana Chakita Rama,